My gate post is broken. Look. Oh. We'll look at why that's probably happened later on in the video. For the planning purposes, I needed a gate that was, I think, 5 or 6 metres back off the road. I used the existing gates on the farm entrance, opened them up, and then used another set of gates that I got off elsewhere and welded them together, which gave me a nice like swinging opening bit for trucks to come in, etc. I then borrowed the gate off my neighbour. I did offer him money. He said, no, just borrow it for now. And I done that on the basis that I thought these were temporary, but 2 years later, I've still got them. I dug a hole for my post and I only done it 400 mil deep. That was on the basis that it was temporary. If I was doing it permanent, I'd go at least a metre, 3 foot. The only bit of wood that I had available at the time was this post here, which is only 4 inches. And my welding in this gate stood the test of time. And it still works, look, solid as a rock. Nice bit of metal, wood, fouled. See, on this one I had to drill all the way through and bolt it. A spike, I had to start off drilling and then just bang it through. That was the first bit that fouled, and the reason why that is because that split happened there. So this was holding on for dear life until it just wasn't anymore. So I am raiding my scrap pile with a bit of metal from the old barn. We're going to use this as a post instead. The actual post mix and the concrete, I did slope it away, so it shouldn't have been the water, but once these cracks opened up, water can get down there, can't it? And although it's chucked it down the past couple of days, it's quite, that's like rotten, isn't it? I've got a bigger post over in the field somewhere. I'm not sure it's long enough, but I'm thinking I'm going to reuse that and just bolt it to this. And this, I'm not going to be able to use it for anything else anyway because of this here. But there's still enough meat just there and on that side to keep it together. I can reuse that. I can't use that, so I've bought this. So I need to make a decision about whether I'm digging out that concrete or should I just put it next to it. Oh, come on. There's my concrete there. That's the edge of it on this side. So if I move it this way, it's not that much far off. And that's a big lump of concrete. And maybe I can bond to that effectively to give it more strength, maybe. I think I might just dig another hole here. We're going to go for this with an electric auger. I have put the smaller auger on rather than the big one. So we'll make quite a few holes first and then might swap to that one. Hopefully I'm not going to hit any flint. I'm pretty sure I don't have any postcrete, but I have got ballast and I've got cement, so I'm just going to use that. It's like break your leg territory. You can understand why I only went 400 deep last time, eh? But a post hole digger wouldn't be any good for this. This is brilliant. It's a big, heavy digger bar. I can't remember what it's called. I'll put a link up. I'll show you where I got it from on screen now. But yeah, I just need to bang it in. Because it's heavy and quite sharp, it will chip away the actual flint. There's a few sparks, but you just do that and then lever it out, then you can get the dirt out afterwards. We're inside and it's dark. I had to finish off digging the hole in the dark with my head torch. I brought the beam inside. We're going to sort this out now. I say the beam, it's like a post really. That's the bottom. I'm going to need to cut it off here There's a bolt here, I need to get that out. I'm assuming most of you that watch know how to get undone these type of bolts. This is like WD-40, it's lubricant. I'm just going to spray it for now. I'm not going to spray it for now because it's not working. There we go. Right, we'll let that soak in whilst I cut it. I've got a metal cutting disc. I'm going to whack that on my angle grinder. We'll cut that quickly. This is a 1.9mm thickness. It might be easier with thinner discs. Right, we're going for the bolt. Unfortunately, I don't have any 20mm sockets, and I think it's 20. I've got 21s. Impact driver comes in handy. If that doesn't work, we've got a heat, and if that doesn't work, then we'll angle grind it off. Sweet. I've given this a wire brush down. And this is a red oxide primer, so it will help it to stop rusting. It's rust resistant. It won't totally rust proof it, but it will help. Whilst I'm doing this, and we've got a minute, I just want to ask you, why are you watching this video? Basically, that's what I want to know. I would say probably about now, maybe 40% of you are still watching. In terms of statistics, probably 10% might have liked this video. Maybe 1% have commented. I'm just trying to work out whether it's worthwhile, basically, because recently I have kind of been thinking, what's the fucking point? That's what it feels like at the moment. I mean, obviously we've got other stuff going on, but it doesn't feel viable. Like, it is on the up. I earn £300 a month, but that's not off like recent videos or anything. It's just obviously the videos that I've done over time. So it kind of like builds up. If I get 2p from one video and 10p for another one or something. I was looking at part-time jobs the other day and just thinking, shall I just do that instead? I'd like to think like I inspire people and teach them stuff, but I don't know whether I do really. I'm 40, Lou's a bit older than me. We've not had kids, not for the lack of trying, but I haven't got anyone to like teach this kind of shit to. Do you know what I mean? You know, when I assume a lot of you have got kids and you teach them how to do stuff, but I can't do that. So it kind of, I suppose YouTube feels part of that space. But yeah, I just kind of feel a bit lost. Anyway, right, I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, it's still a bit wet. So I'm thinking, I mean, that's a lot deeper than it was previously. There'll be a lot of weight in that, but shall I just utilise this? And to do that, I found a bit of rebar. It's not as thick, like this is what you'd normally do on like foundations. Basically, I need to drill a hole in that. I've got a little bit of chemical resin left, but I haven't got the mixer tube, so I'd have to mix it up separately. I'm just going to drill a hole and just get a couple of bars in like there, and I suppose that'll add another, say, 20 kilograms of weight to this, because that gate is pretty heavy. Look at that, I've actually got some post-mix concrete. I'm going to use this to actually set it in place, and then I'll top it up as well, because this is ultra rapid setting concrete. I was thinking about using my cement mixer, but it's all the way behind all this stuff. Just to mention, I just whack the whole bag in. I ain't messing about putting half bag in and then putting water in. It's good that I've got that base on the bottom, because I can use that to kind of like hold it in place whilst I get it kind of like right. To do a concrete mix, we need 4 ballasts to 1 cement. Now this is old rapid cement, and I know that this corner's gone because there's holes there. So I'm just going to use this and take that lump out. I've mixed that up dry. In theory, is there any reason why I can't just whack it in the hole? I can't see a reason. So instead of just mixing it up in here, wet, I'm just going to do this. Because it's still got water down there. What do you reckon? Mistake? It's only been about 3 hours and that's pretty much set. I'm going to hang the gate tomorrow. Today's Wednesday. Need to get a video out tomorrow. I've had a change of plan. See, I was going to use this, but that's the offcut that I've done. It doesn't fit in the bloody webbing, does it? But then I remembered that actually this bit of wood, can you see it's twisted? I do have this. This is Iroko. This is the replacement of teak, because it's illegal to import teak now, so Iroko is the next best thing. I've got a poll running on my community page and on Instagram to see how long you would leave this post before you hang the gate on it. So depending on that answer will be whether you get to see me hanging the gate or not on this video. So I'll put a 10mm spacer down there, so that will go off. This fits like a glove. It's amazing. I've got this drill bit, it's 11mm. I'm just going to use this for now. I might need to get my corded drill out. And then I've got a step drill bit. I've got a bit of oil. I need to drill up to, is it 20mm? Okay, is that in the centre? No, it's not in the centre. You motherfucker. That was actually quite good, because I could, you see that little tip bit there? Because I was off centre when I started, I just angled the drill and then it went that way, and then I could straighten it up, bang in. I'm going to go for my step drill bit now. This does up to 22. I've got another one just in case this goes wrong. I'm going to go with a washer this side and one the other side. Hopefully it's lined up properly. I didn't check it before I started recording. Honest. 10 points for anyone that can see the problem there. What's the problem? What's the problem? Right. That one's shorter than that one, isn't it? And then on the gate, this one's adjustable in and out. That one's fixed. There's 2 parts to this problem. First one resolved by swapping them 2 round. Fixed. Right, second problem. That is going to leave an half a size gap, isn't it? I'm going to have a look through my builder's yard. So I've got that lot over there. I've got this stash here. And I've also got this stash here. That's one thing I love about living in this kind of place. You can just have shit everywhere. But it's useful shit, isn't it? That's about right. We've got half an hour left of voting before we decide whether I'm putting the gate on or not. I've just screwed this. This is a bit of larch. I've only put a screw in the bottom and the top. That's solid enough. That will keep it in place. So in this spare time that I've got a few repairs to make to the gate. You can tell it is not square. So it sags that way, which is okay because that is actually higher than this bit over here. So I can't even fix that bit anyway. I think this is like rotten. It's ready for the bonfire pile really. I had to put these extra bits on at the bottom because I think Arthur got underneath at one point. So I'm just going to whack a couple of screws in there. I need to put some extra bolts in. So they're missing on the other side. This. Do. 4:25. This is the day of release, so that is 26th of October. I need to make a decision now, basically whether I'm putting this gate on. Poll results, Instagram. The majority of votes is for 48 hours. There was one vote for 4 hours, that was Lewis. He might have made an assumption on what type of concrete I've used. Someone did message me and said 10 minutes. Just prop the gate up the other end. But the parameter that nobody knew on Instagram is how big and heavy this gate was. We swapped to YouTube. On here, I did say it's a 3 metre gate. And as a result of that, the majority of people said 1 week. There was one person that said, it depends on the mix and the foundation design, really. 40% strength in 24 hours and 70% strength gained within 7 days. So he's referred to 40%, that's for C25 and 30. I think that's foundation mix. On Instagram, people got to see that that was a metal post, whereas on YouTube, they wouldn't know that. And do you think anyone has assumed that I've set it at 600 mil deep? Now the thing that nobody knows is I've used extra rapid cement. That sets in half an hour. How quickly can that reach full strength?